So sometime within the next year, we're going to let you guys know what's going on. Sometime within the next year. In his pre-announcement announcement, Furukawa warned that an upcoming Nintendo Direct presentation plan for June would include no mention of the Nintendo Switch successor, suggesting more information may be coming closer to the end of the fiscal year. They're not going to look. This is my personal opinion, because we've been kind of covering the Switch too. I love my Switch. I do. I mostly play on PC, but I will play on the Switch too because it's portable and it's got the Nintendo games on it, right? They're not going to make the announcement before Christmas because nobody's going to buy a Switch 1. If they make the announcement that the Switch 2 is coming out in 2025, Grandma's going to wait. She's not going to buy a Switch 2. She ain't buying a Switch. Or I'm sorry, she's not going to buy a Switch 1 if she can buy a Switch 2. She'll be like, oh, next Christmas. Jimmy's getting socks this year. He's not getting a Switch. Furukawa notes that the eventual announcement will come over 9 years after Nintendo first alluded to the Switch's existence in 20. So we're talking damn near a decade that people have known about the Switch, played the Switch. I mean, we're talking, what, 2017? I think it came out. They had a preview trailer dropping in 2016. Hands-on press previews came 3 months after that, and it finally came out, March of 2017. We probably won't have to wait 2 years between the formal announcement and the retail launch of the Switch 2, though multiple reports have suggested that Nintendo is aiming for an early 2025 release for the updated hardware. So that, I guess that makes sense. That doesn't, if it were me, I wouldn't tell people it's coming next year until after Christmas, but that's, it's like, because you want to get that last minute cash, right? Rose says October 2026 until it comes out. It's holiday time. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, they're definitely taking their sweet old time on this. For sure. All right, I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody here. I don't want to miss anybody because this software is a little bit different than what I'm used to. So they waited 9 years before following the original and best-selling game. It's true. Reports have suggested that select third-party developers have had access to the Switch 2 since the middle of last year, and that Nintendo is holding off on the release to prepare a stronger launch lineup of first-party software, which means Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Donkey Kong. So the Switch 2 pre-announcement announcement comes alongside the release of Nintendo's latest financial results. Sold 15.7 million Switches. Wow. I mean, it's down from the peak, but the Switch is getting old, man. So where are the comments? Like, they still got comments on the site. That's kind of crazy. Are they gonna call it like the Switch U? And is it gonna be a disaster? Because like Nintendo, it seems like every other console is good anymore, and then they always have a misfire. They'll do something like really ridiculously complicated with it, like, oh yeah, it's a Switch, but it's also a VR headset, and you can enter the multiverse, the metaverse of Mario, but only when you go to the theme park. I like this. So we get the pre-announcement to get pre-psyched to pre-order a pre-release games for an unreleased console. Yes, but do people get excited about consoles anymore? I'm gonna be honest. Do they? I don't know if they get excited about consoles like they used to. Hey, thank you very much, Commandant VHS. I hope I'm not missing anybody. I do apologize. Nintendo has the worst hardware and the best games. That is true, and that's intentional. And I forget what they call that, but they're actually like, they want to maximize the hardware, so they will release hardware that's already old, but then do the best they can do with it. I mean, the NES, when it came out, was already a couple years old, and they were using like, what, a Z80 or something processor in that, and like freaking Pac-Man ran that. They discontinued that, by the way. So yeah, here's some more pictures from Pirates and Princesses of Super Nintendo World, if you're interested. Let's see, what's going on with Pal World? We got new Pals coming. Yeah, people do get excited for Nintendo consoles. Like I said, every other one is good, though, because you look at it and it was like, okay, the N64 was awesome. The GameCube was meh. I mean, we had one. It was fun, but there weren't really a lot of games for it. compared to like the PS2, but the GameCube versions tended to be better of the games that they had. I mean, I know I traded in Sonic Heroes PS2 for the GameCube version because it was better. But then they went from that to, let's see, the N64, the GameCube. Then we did what? The Wii. Yeah, the Wii was a huge hit. And then the Wii U was a huge misfire. And then they came back with the Switch. So yeah, the next one's going to be a flop. Yeah, I think. How's it going? It's going pretty good, Sora. How's it going? Yeah, we got some people. Whatever happened to the Wii? It just kind of disappeared. Like it was where I was watching some sitcom from the 2000s the other day, and they were playing Wii Sports, and I'm like, man, remember when everybody's playing Wii and they were using the Wii Fits, and they were telling you were fat even if you weren't fat. You're just fat because you're a Westerner. Like, oh, you're over 6 foot tall. Yeah, you're fat. Doesn't matter how skinny you are. You're fat. It fat shames you. I think it had like womp womp music too. Somebody was talking about that. Yeah, but it better be. Hey, Morales. Yeah, it better be backwards compatible. I've got a lot of Switch games. I'm gonna be really, really pissed if it is not backwards compatible.